Okay, it says it's live. Let's see if. Okay, excellent connection. I don't see myself yet though. Okay. Vertical test. What is up, YouTube? To block control panel chat. Oh, okay, so I can't manage the chat through here. So then I'd have to do it on here. How would I? Oh, okay, it's right here. It's right here. Okay, okay. All right, let's see how this looks now. Okay. Good morning, guys. I'm trying a vertical stream today. I'm doing good. How are you, Brandon? Also, obviously, I'm working. So right here in front of me, let me get this out of the way. We're working on a harness for an ILX. Is that too zoomed in? And it's a little too zoomed in for you guys on the vertical. Hold on, let me fix it. So, how's that? Oh, you can't even see that. I think that should be good. Hold on. Yeah, okay, that's better. All right, let me fix. I have audio. Yeah, all right, let me fix my live chat. I think it'd be best. Yeah, okay, there we go. I keep it like that, and then keep that there, and then I can see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm making a harness for an ILX. The first things first is the relay. So this is the most important part. This is what's going to turn on your factory, excuse me, the factory top screen. So let me try to show you me and computer. Okay, yeah, me and computer works the right way. All right, let me grab the computer screen. We go 2020 Acura ILX cockpit. Okay. So we go to images. Oh, excuse my yawning, guys. Still early. Everything is a. Okay, here we go. So let me put this screen where you can see it. Okay, so then let me actually just open the tab. Of course, every time I actually go to view the picture, I'm not supporting Kelly Blue Book. Open image in new tab. There we go. Okay. And then let's zoom that in a lot. Okay, so here's the ILX dash. This little screen up here is what will show your backup camera and the time. In order for that little screen to keep working, you need a relay to give negative output when the car is on. So normally the way electronics work is you turn the key, it gets 12 volts, it turns on, you're good and happy. The way that screen works is it has 12 volts when it is off, which is very weird but true. And then once you turn the key, it's given ground, and then the circuit completes and it's allowed to turn on. So that's what we're doing with the relay. We're initiating a negative output when accessory is on, and this is the most important part. So first things first is this brown wire to the output side of the relay, and then instead of giving the relay power, you give it ground. So that's why we're going to twist our yellow and black together. Let me open up my chat because I lost it. Damn. No, there is not. So base model ILX, you can add your own amp with this harness. This has been verified by customers. So LOCHN2. Okay. So if you want to do just subs, you can grab this That'll plug right into the back of the radio and allow you to do subs. Um, so that's the connectors in the back of the radio. You get the bass knob and you get the line out converter and then the actual connections that all go together. But this is only if you have a base model can you use this. There's also the DSP option harness. Let me see if I can find that. That'll let you do a full system. You don't need the DSP, you just need the harness. So just give me 1 second, I'm looking for it. Let's see if we can find it. No, I guess because I have DSP in here. 1 sec, guys. Acura Audio Garage, how can I help you? Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Are you guys located in California? This is a big question. Just want to make sure.
No, we're in Florida.
Shit. All right. So, question. So, I have I see a lot of your videos on YouTube. I have an 07 MDX.
Okay.
And I'm trying to buy the harness to plug it in. But on the stereo you guys offer, the one that I have is not included. I got a crappy one from Amazon. It's like a sound stream. So, I want to know if you guys just sell the harness and would you, because I don't know how to pick it from your website. So just if I can just get like the harness to get the vector amp and my controls.
Sure. Does it have navigation?
No, no navigation.
Okay, so it's very simple. The harness that you purchase will work with that. Do you know what's the model of that radio? Like the actual model number?
The Sunstream, no, I already put it on. I don't know that it's just a Sunstream.
Okay, does it have CarPlay?
No clue. I haven't turned it on yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Well then,
Okay, so the other way, the other thing I was gonna ask you, if I buy the kit that you guys sell online, would the harness be already connected to the radio so I can just plug it in, or do I still gotta connect the radio myself and the plugs? Like,
no, if you buy the plug and play harness, you don't have to do any wiring. It's gonna come wired already, so you're just gonna plug it into your radio and plug it into the car. But that's why.
One that I'll have to do will be the illumination, right?
Yeah, if you want to wiretap it. But some of them have light sensor on the front, so you don't even need to do that anymore depending on the radio. But the first thing I'm going to need you to do is find that model number. Sometimes it's on the face of the radio, or if not, if you go into the settings, you can go into about or general, and they'll say there the model. But without that model, we won't be able to make you a plug and play harness because SoundStream does make different connectors. Like they have different models, but their different models use different connectors, and that's what we'll need to know which one you have.
And what will be the price for just the harness?
What was the year? What Acura and what year again? Sorry.
It's 2007 MDX.
Okay, so that harness I think is $60.
And that comes with a steering interface, or plus, right?
No, just the harness. The steering wheel interface, man, has gone up in price a lot, so you might want to get it off Amazon. But if you get it from us, it's gonna be $70. I think Amazon has it for like $67, so you can save some money. But it's gotten a lot expensive, man. It used to only be like $55, and before that it was like $48. They just kept raising the prices with everything going on. But some SoundStream radios have the steering wheel control built in, so you might not need it. What's the model number? Sorry.
It's VRCP 65.
VRCP 65. Oh, okay, I see it. I believe this has reverse ignition, dimmer, dark. Does any of those wires say key 1?
No, basically I put it in to see how it will look. It's already
Okay.
I have everything but the harness to make it run. Yeah, my apologies.
Yeah, no worries, man. Ground ignition, USB, like subwoofer mic input, ignition, oxygen, 6M, SWC. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find something. real quick in the settings. I'm just looking to see if it has a steering wheel control setting. Because if it doesn't, then you will need it. Language, Bluetooth, system settings, turn back to recent. Okay, let's go back to the image. Shoot back to it again.
So in a sense, it's just by the whole harness kit and everything is there for you, right?
Yeah, it does have a steering wheel control input on the back, and it doesn't have the settings, so you will need it. So you are going to need the harness and the steering wheel control adapter to get your steering wheel controls to work.
Okay, how much would I be looking up for both of them?
Hold on, let me get a cart together for you. So 2007, right? Okay, so both together come out to $149.98.
Okay. Would I be able to pay for it right now, or you have to?
So I could send you the link, and you'll just buy it online. We're not set up to take orders over the phone, but I put the stuff in a cart already for you. So I'm just gonna send you the link, and then you just click the link. It'll bring you to the cart. You then just go proceed to checkout. You put in all your info, and you can purchase right there.
Now this I will have to put it myself, right? Together. I'll put like title.
Yeah, this is all wired. All you're gonna have to do is that orange wire for illumination if you want to.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and then the number you're calling from, is that a cell phone, the 909?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So if you just want to double check that you got what I sent you, I sent you the
I got it.
Okay. All right. Cool, man. So whenever you want to, whenever you're ready to buy your harness, if you say, let's say you order today, it'll get made tomorrow, it'll ship tomorrow, and then where are you located?
In California, in Rialto, San Bernardino.
Okay. Okay. So it's gonna be 3 business days for you to get it.
Oh, that's not a problem. All right, let me order that one right now, and I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Great videos, by the way. If you're the one that makes the video, so. All
Yep, that's me, man. All right. Thank you so much.
right, bye.
You got it. Bye. All right, YouTube. Sorry about that. I don't even know where my live chat went. Here you go. Oh. Oh, that's what we're looking at. Oh, the DSP harness for the All right, let me go back. So DSP harness. So if you have a base model you want to add subs, I showed you the first one. Uh, this is the DSP harness right here. This is the part number. This is if you want to do a full system and you have a base, you want to keep the factory radio, and then hold on, this camera's like off. There we go. Okay, and then if you have a tech package or ELS, then you're going to need this harness, and you have to go after the amp. Sorry, you can't even see. What the hell is that? I skipped it. Okay, it's not in there. Hold on. TLX. It's right here. I know this doesn't say ILX. I know it only says TLX and MDX, but this is the harness that you would use. You would plug into the factory amp, grab the factory amp signal, send it to a DSP or a line out converter, and then do your amplifying. But that's the one that would be for the tech package or the premium sound system. Only on the base model can you get away with the other stuff. But okay, let me go back to myself and let's finish this harness because we barely have started it. Okay. I swore I got up. Okay, yeah, I did get up to go get this harness right here. This is for our steering wheel controls. This is the AXWC harness. I'm really considering using something else than the AXWC because of how much it has gone up in price. A little ridiculous. It like doubled in price within the last year. So it is what it is right now. It's one of the easiest solutions is what we're set up with, but I'm definitely thinking about making a change just because how expensive it's gotten. Okay. And for our use case, I don't think it should be that expensive. Like you're decoding CAN bus messages. I understand that. You got to get the CAN bus chips. But it's an only analog reading. You're just reading resistance. Like a simpler device can do that. Maybe we should look at making our own. All right. So now I'm going to put these to these. So this has my steering wheel control wires on this primary plug, my steering wheel control ground, and my steering wheel control input, and my accessory. Those are the three that need to get connected. So first we're going to do steering wheel ground to ground. So essentially we're just twisting black wires together. Now if you pick up the DIY kit, this is very beneficial to you. This video, if not doing the DIY, this is all done for you. You don't really have to worry about it. But if you ever want to see what it's like to put it together. So step one, I think I said it, but this is for a premium ILX 2013. So this has a factory sub, but it still only has a single screen. The ILX is kind of weird in that it has a couple different configurations, but we're working on a base model harness. Well, a premium harness, not a base model, but the setup looks like a base model. When you go into 2016 to 2022, the premium has the dual screens, so it doesn't feel like it's not a base model, but that's how you'll know it's not a base model because they'll have the dual screens. And we're talking about the audio system. But I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that the audio system, when it's a premium, is tied to some other stuff. Like they aren't going to put a premium audio system and then make everything else in the car bass. But it can be like an upgrade you can do, so maybe. But yeah, when you're looking at audio, because like this happens with the TSX, so people will be like, oh, I have a TSX, it's a special edition. That doesn't mean anything. The audio system only differs in the TSX 09 to 13 if you have navigation or not. That's how you'll know you'll have a different audio system. So even if it's a special edition advanced, it means nothing for the audio system. The audio system is either you have navigation or you don't. We're just getting the rest of the wires ready. The hell was that? Oh, it was an email that come through. Oh, that guy placed his order. Nice. Shouts to that guy. We'll work on his harness tomorrow. Or maybe later tonight. All right, so then we have our antenna. All right, cool. We did all those wires. All right, guys, we're almost ready to start twisting everything together. On the base, it's a lot more wires you have to do. But on a premium, it's just the wires you see here, no speaker wires. That's why the speaker wires are also removed from here. Let me go to my live chat because I have not been checking it. What's up, TS Smithers? Yeah, TS Smithers. What's your question? Sorry, I keep since this is a vertical stream, the live chat isn't where it normally is for me. It's on a separate panel, so I keep missing it. But I will eventually get to your question. So I'm looking now if you want to ask. Yeah, no worries, man. That's what the live stream's for. It's not just what I'm working on is to answer your questions. Okay. Welcome to the club. Um, People really love that MDX, man. Does yours burn oil? I hear that's very common. An 07 to 09 oil burning machines, and you're gonna need to put a new motor. Did I cut the thick one already? Yes, I did. Okay. Go ahead, sir. Right now, I'm just adding sleeving. This is called heat shrink. It has glue that when I apply heat to this actual sleeving thing will shrink in size. Um, it'll kind of squeeze the wire, and then glue will ease out to make sure the connection is waterproof. It's just so you don't have to use electrical tape. It does make a little bit of a more secure connect. Like it provides support to the wires. Really, is what it's for, and to make sure that uh, no metal is exposed. We're gonna solder, and then the heat shrink will go back over it. Yeah, man. I know. I see that. I okay. We did the videos on the MDX, but that MDX did not drive. The engine was shot, so that's how I know that that's what happens. That those cars just drown without oil. But I haven't personally experienced it, but I see it in the forums all the times. Yeah, so I hope it's just a sensor for you, man. I hope you don't have to use a new motor. Okay, yeah, go ahead. What sorry to distract you. What was your question? Okay. Those following the ILX warning wiring, I put the heat shrink on each single wire, and now I'm gonna start twisting them together. Okay, so just to summarize, you have a 2009 MDX with navigation, and you want to change the top navigation screen and install a double DIN. So you're going to add two new screens, top and bottom, and you want them to sort of work together. Did I did I say that correctly, or what? Well, not a new one on top. Okay, okay, okay. So you want to keep the factory navigation screen on the top, and then you want to put a double DIN on the bottom, and you want to keep the old screen on top, but you want to show video on that old screen from the bottom screen. Okay. Um, Let me go to just me real quick. Hold on, that didn't work how I expected it to. What about like this? Okay. All right. So just to summarize, 2009 Acura MDX, you want to install a double DIN. So you're going to replace the factory radio with a double DIN. You're going to keep the factory navigation screen at the top. Your factory navigation screen shows your backup camera and then the navigation, obviously. You then are going to lose control of the navigation because you're going to remove the control knob when you put your aftermarket double DIN there. So now you want to show video from your double DIN on that top navigation screen. The most common way, which we did a video on, is by using the navigation brain as a video converter. So in your 2007 to 2009 MDX, the video drive that's underneath your seat, the driver's seat, is a video converter that takes the backup camera video, which is just like coax video. It's regular video that you could plug into like a TV back in the day and it'll show up on there. NTSC video, whatever you want to call it. It's regular video. It goes into the navigation drive. The navigation drive then takes that video and converts it to RGBS video, which is red, blue, green with a composite and a sync signal. And that goes to the screen. That's what you see up in the screen. So what that means is that the backup camera signal comes through the navigation drive to the screen. Because of that, if the navigation drive ever fails, it says code or please check disk, your backup camera will no longer work. Acura actually realized that was a problem. So in the next series up, 2010 to 2013 MDX, the backup camera goes straight to the screen instead of going through any sort of conversion or any other device. So what we've done in the past is if your factory navigation works, you can trick the navigation into displaying the backup camera video and then send your own video and then send your backup camera OEM video to your new radio. So that's very common, easy to do, but you need to make sure your factory navigation is working and is going to continue to work, because if it ever messes up, then this workaround won't work. The other thing is, if you ever lose power to navigation drive, you're going to need to put in the code for this to work. So keep that in mind. But the way it would work is you would buy these two adapters. I'm going to show them to you in a second. One's going to take the factory backup camera video feed, and you're going to run the RCA to the back of your radio. The other one is going to feed into the navigation, and then you're going to run video into it, and then you have to do some wire manipulation at the navigation drive. Just remember, the whole time, in order to do this, your navigation drive needs to stay working. That's method one. Method two is you can bypass the navigation drive by getting your own RGBS video converter that will take your own video signal and convert it to RGBS. They sell them. I'm trying to think. Probably AliExpress or eBay is going to have your cheapest one. And then method three is to take the navigation screen from a 2010 to 2013 and mount it up there. It's going to look the same. The connector is going to be different, so you're going to need like some sort of adapter harness, but then you could send that video directly to the navigation screen. So those are your three ways. I'm going to walk you through way number one, and then I'll talk to you about way number. I'll show you all three, but way number one, you can, he just asked, what if I had a new backup camera? You totally can, and you can disregard the factory backup camera. It's just running a backup camera in the NDX can be annoying. So let me walk you through those real quick. Let me go back to me and computer, and let me switch myself back to top and bottom. Okay. All right, so now the two connectors you're going to need are going to be under cameras. So you see I came to cameras. And then this connector is going to plug into the navigation drive like shown here. Oh, you can't see that. So it's going to plug into the navigation like shown here. This is the connector. It's going to plug into the navigation drive. And this is where you're going to connect your own video feed. Something else you have to realize is that when you go to do this, the video screen up here, the factory navigation that you're going to turn into a video screen, is only going to output video that comes out of your aftermarket radio. So that sounds pretty straightforward, but a lot of people think they're going to get like an extra display. Like if you're used to a computer, you might have, like, let's say at work you have one display and then you have another, and they're extensions. They work independently of each other. You can put something here and something on here. On this use case, they're going to be mirrors. So it's only going to show what you see down here up here. The other thing is that some radios, if you choose a traditional Pioneer, Kenwood, Alpine, Sony, anything American designated from an American brand, it's going to have limited output, meaning you're going to need to make sure that you connect the parking brake and do whatever ever thing is needed so that video plays. And when you get video playback, that's the only time it'll show up on the top screen. So this is why I mention this, because this happens a lot. You have your Kenwood radio, you have your Pioneer radio installed. You're like, yeah, I'm so happy. Now I'm going to show it on the top screen. You then plug in your USB uh, to hook up your phone. You hook up Apple CarPlay. Apple CarPlay showing on the bottom screen. You're like, okay, how do I get Apple CarPlay to show up on the top screen too? Seems pretty straightforward that you would think if it's going to show up here, it's going to show up here. That's not the case. American designated radios, I think by law it is that they're designed this way, will not output anything other than video that is via playback from some sort of media. So if you have a USB drive, you plug that in, you play a movie, a video, that video will play here and up here. But if you're trying to show CarPlay at your double din and up here, if you have a Sony, Alpine, Kenwood, Boss, anything American designated will not do that. If you then take a radio off Amazon, eBay, some Chinese radio, you can do an Aoto, you can do an Enon, you can do an S-Joying or S-Bring, whatever. Any Amazon radio, they don't have or don't follow that regulation. So they will show CarPlay here and CarPlay up here, which is what most people want. Then when it comes to video, let's say you get yourself a screen that necessarily runs Android but doesn't allow you to install apps. So you're going to send video from your iPhone. Video from your iPhone is copyright protected, so it may make noise, but the video won't actually display on your screens. So that's another thing you'll run into. So like you'll have people who want to watch Netflix. They'll plug in their phone. They'll want to get Netflix on this screen and this screen from their phone. Audio will play and nothing will show on either screen. So just keep that in mind when you go to do this, because you might set it all up and in the end what you want to happen doesn't even happen. But okay, back to showing you what you're going to buy. This was connector 1. This is what you're going to feed video into to get it to work the right way. This is you sending your video, goes into here. Then to keep the factory backup camera, you're going to grab this. This video here also shows you where it plugs in. You're going to take the connector out of this.
Camera, we're going to use our factory backup camera retention harness. We're going to unplug the factory camera connection. We're going to plug it into our retention harness.
Bam. So that keeps the factory backup camera. And then the plug that you bought will then plug back into the navigation. And then you have to do some trickery with the wiring. So the plug that you bought that plugs into the navigation, you need to then trick the navigation into being in reverse all the time. And that's going to mean you're going to jump accessory power to the brown wire. And then you're also going to use the brown wire on this. So that's going to get tricky. I'm not going to try to explain that to you on live stream. Just know you have to put the navigation drive like it's always in reverse. And then you need also the original reverse signal to keep your factory backup camera working correctly. Or you can eliminate one of the steps by just installing an aftermarket camera and following the traditional installation for a backup camera. It's just annoying in the MDX because of that hatch and running the wire through, but that's how you would do that to get both to work. Hello, what about, all right. Now I'm reading the chat because I was on a rant, so was not reading it, so give me 1 second. Someone said, okay, I answered about, okay, cool, yep. Is there a kit to install an aftermarket radio for a 2010 RL? There is not. I will show you some stuff real quick. So go onto Facebook. Facebook's your friend. We're going to go into groups. We're going to go into RL over here. And then groups, Acura RL owners, right? So if you're not part of this group, I highly recommend joining. And then we're going to go into media. And eventually we'll get there. You guys, just give me a second. They're all loading. But here's what I saw the other day. So this is the screen that's a double din. Sorry, double din. What I'm saying, this is the Tesla screen. I don't know how this works. I don't have information. You might want to message this guy. What was this guy's name? This is Kenneth Nickel on Facebook. He posted this. People asked him where he got it, but this is something that they sell on AliExpress. I'll show you the link just because we're right here. AliExpress, Acura RL Tesla screen. So I'm gonna go over to images. Here's this guy, AliExpress before and after, and there's your price. Why is that not in American dollars? Why is it in Canadian? Alabama, baby. Oh, now it's gone. Why did it do that to me? Okay, so $623 is what you're looking at for that. If you're like, I don't want that or that's too expensive, I totally understand. If you're willing to hack up your dash, we're going to look at more options or other things people have done. Oh, here's a picture of what it looks like at night when it's completely off. There's a guy who actually did a retrofit and his looked pretty good. That's what we're looking for, so give me 1 second. It gets mentioned every so often. We might have to do a Google search for a double din because I know that one was recent. That's why I knew I'd find it fast. But I don't think I'm going to find the other one as fast. Okay. Oh, here we go. Search. Double din, baby. Okay. So this guy took it all apart so you can see what it looks like, and then he decided to buy that. But there's a guy who actually, so here's something, I've shown this before also. I did one of these to try to fit a double din, but a regular double din doesn't fit in that. But there's someone who actually did it. Hold on. Oh, look, here's my post. Oh, here's something you can follow. Putting a screen there, but hold on. I'm going to find you the guy who actually did it. We just got to find his post. This guy is old. This is a Russian dude, but he put in a tradition. He put in a double din up there, and then he's controlling the climate. That's all he cared about. So he's using a factory. This is possible. I think I know how he did this, but I don't have an RL to show you how to do it. But there's an actual guy who did a regular. All right, so this isn't the guy I was telling you about, but this is possible, right? He put the cage in there, he cut it all out, he fit it down, and then you can't get a good image of that. But look, there it is, a big ass screen again, floating like that. And then let's see if he did it in the car. He's showing you the sides. No, he didn't show it in the car yet. All right, let's see if he did any other posts. Here we go. Here's a nice video. Look. So this is what it looks like in the end. So totally possible. People have done it. It's just going to be a little bit. You know what? Let me take myself out of here. So then I can show you for real. So let me take myself. And then there it is. So again, Acura RL group, join it. If you join it, then you'll get to see some of this stuff yourself. But yeah, that was that guy's video. I guess he didn't like the Tesla screen thing. But there's someone else with just a regular double din. Hold on, we'll see if we find it. Someone with a big screen like this. So you can get creative. Someone put a screen down here. Hold on, I'm just trying to find the one that I saw. We saw that one already. It's just really, the one that I saw is really old. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna give up, man. I have other stuff to do. I'm sorry, but it is possible. It's out there. You can do it. But the most straightforward one is the one I showed you earlier, the AliExpress one. Okay, showed you that. Uh, who's the guy that asked that? Oh, Doti Dash. Yes. Only screen I see didn't want one. See if there's other options. Yeah, Dodie, there's plenty of other options, man. You just got to get creative. There's no dash kit. The connections are pretty straightforward. It does have a amp that's digitally controlled, so you will have to gut the entire system, go aftermarket audio. There is no plug and play setup. There is no dash kit for it. I proposed a dash kit. I got literally like no one cared, so then I just let that project go. There's just too many. There's too few people for it to matter, and then the kit would be expensive because it'd be so low production. So you can do it, but up to you if you want to get that involved. What can you do RDX subwoofer 2019 ASP? I don't know what that means, my friend. What can you do? What can you do RDX subwoofer 2019 ASP? DSP? What's up, Spark? Yeah, I'm trying a live stream, a vertical live stream to see how it goes. TS Smithers, what did you mean about what about Bluetooth? And then what's up, Spark? I already said that. Okay. All right, yeah. All right, I covered all of those. Let me get back to my harness because I did not even been yapping. How long I've been yapping for? 41 minutes. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna take this and apply some solder. No, I'm sorry. I did not get a chance to yet, Spark. I will watch it though. That's why I asked for the link. Just last night, I'll show you what I was doing last night. Should have been working, but I was doing some research. All right. What do you think looks better, Spark? The vertical live stream or the horizontal live stream? I feel like vertical live stream makes more sense because I feel like a lot of people watch on their phone, but I feel like the vertical lets you see a lot more what's going on. I mean, the horizontal. Because, like, right now, you can't really see the harness I'm working on. Like, yeah, you're getting some of it, but definitely not all of it. Like, I feel like this is more entertainment type stream, and the horizontal is more educational type stream because you can actually see what's going on. Here, you're just kind of feeling the vibe. Um, wow, thank you. First person to ever compliment my soldering or soldering or whatever you want to call it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, Drew. I think it sucks. I think I always leave little globs, but I don't really watch other people solder, so I don't really know what it's supposed to be like. But when you gave me a compliment, I fucked up because I did not solder extra wires I needed to solder onto this. So now I got to do the ghetto method of wrapping them around and adding more solder. That's all right. It's going to go heat shrink and then tape, so it'll work out fine, but I hate when I forget stuff. Shit. Bro, I didn't do this at all. I can't, yeah. This is why sometimes I'm saying, like, I can't stream and work because then I'll just fuck things up. And that's what's going on right now. I was about to forget that. And then this guy's camera wouldn't have worked. He'd been like, hey, my backup camera is not coming on. What do you mean it's not coming on? It's not coming on. You said this was plug and play. It's supposed to be plug and play. What do you mean supposed to? I paid good money for this. We don't want that, guys. Last thing we want is for you to pay for something, and I'm going to tell you this is how it's going to work, and then you get it and it doesn't work that way. Like, don't get me wrong, people understand, like, when things, like, if a little thing goes wrong, but sometimes you're like, hey, this is the only weekend I have the time to do this. I need to do this weekend. I need everything to be here. And then, bam, the stuff you get is wrong. It's the worst. When you're working on a car, you need a certain thing for a certain project. They send you the wrong thing, or worse, you get the wrong thing. The only person who can be mad is yourself. All right, so we soldered all of these connections. The part of the reason why I lay them out like this is to make sure I can see if I miss anything. So you saw that in real time. I almost missed those wires. Luckily, I was able to save that. But you guys might be looking down like, hey, what the hell is this loose wire over here? What's this guy doing? This actually doesn't get hooked up. So that's perfectly fine to be loose. And this is for you to hook up if you're going to do a backup camera. So this is perfectly fine to be loose. This is actually a loop, so it's not connected to anything. But every other wire is connected the way it's supposed to. So we're good. Now we're just going to apply some heat to this heat shrink. Yeah, no worries. And then I'm sure you're Dodie. I'm sure you already know about Accurazine, Accurazine, however you want to call it. But there's stuff on there too. But I find the Facebook groups are the most helpful because you can talk to the people directly who did their project. Some people will gatekeep, but most people are down to help you. Um, just know that digging into the audio system of your RL is going to be complicated, and there's going to be minimal support because a lot of people don't even have accessories for it. We do have the spacers for the subwoofer, for the speakers. I'd love to develop an amplifier interface. So we have one for the ELS. The amplifier interface looks like this. I'd love to develop one for that car, but I need one to test and develop with to make it work. Because I'm pretty sure we could figure it out. And then that'll just make adding a new screen or a double din easier. The other thing is, like, if you take the factory radio out, you'll see that there's a good chunk where you can fit a double din. It's just the gap for a double, like, the gap for the body is there, but for the screen, it's not unless you cut your trim, and that makes the installation harder. So I think if you could find a radio that had a slim body but a big screen, it would make it easier. So I was looking at marine radios. Marine radios are like that, where they have like either a circular or a square little body and a bigger screen. But I can't, like, it's all theory until I start testing. And like the thing is, all that stuff costs money, and I'm not made of money, so I'm not a huge YouTuber or a huge channel, so I can't just go buy the stuff and test it all. Literally, one of those radios was like $300, and I'm like, damn, I'm really about to break this radio apart to the point where I might not be able to fix it. Even if I fix it and put it back together, I would not feel confident selling it to someone again. So here goes $300 down the drain, trying to do some research to come up with something for it to turn out to be nothing. So I don't have the money to do that. So maybe, hopefully, one day we can get to that, or someone with an RL who lives close by will lend it to us and we can do it. But right now, your RL audio, you're kind of be on your own. Don't really matter. I watch on my desktop. Oh, okay, so it just spreads it out. And then someone said, how good is your double din compared to the Tesla screen? I don't have a double din. I don't sell a radio. I want to, but it's too big of an investment to make for me. But if you mean like a traditional double din versus the Tesla screen, I think a traditional double din wins every single time, just on reliability and hold on, someone here? No, okay. Just on reliability alone and usability. When it comes down to feature set and looks, I think the Tesla screen wins because the Tesla screen can give you so many features from the apps that you're able to install on it, and then it just looks better. I mean, I don't think it looks that good, but it does look better than a double din when you have like the weird display in the radio down here. But don't worry, I have a video coming that's about to. I think it's gonna be good, but sometimes when I think things are gonna go a certain way, they don't go a certain way. But I think I have a solution to the whole double din Tesla screen, Android screen thing. I think people will be surprised. I'm just waiting on all the stuff to make the video to get here. But I would go 9-inch screen that replaces the factory navigation or gives you like a navigation looking screen over the Tesla screen any day. Come on. All right, guys. So now I applied the heat shrink, and then I heated the heat shrink. So as you can see, it has wrapped very well around the actual exposed wire. And then the glue, I don't know if you can see that, but there's glue in there. But yeah, so now all that's good and set up. What we're going to do is add some tape to help organize our wires. So this isn't the final tape or taping. This is just to help organize wires, so that when I do go do the actual tape, it's solid. Kicker? No. So your 2004 to 2008 TL, even the Type S, all share the same setup and the same amplifier and speakers. They're going to have different part numbers. I know if you pull the amp from an 04 and the amp from an 07, the part numbers are different. And maybe the capacitors inside the boards are different because they do have a little bit of different reliability. But essentially, they're the same thing. So from 2004 to 2008, including your Type S, you have 2 ohm door speakers, 4 ohm tweeters, 2 ohm rear deck speakers, and a 2 ohm subwoofer and a 4 ohm center speaker. So when you go to replace them, if you do 4 ohm speakers, remember the only 4 ohm speaker is the center. If you put 4 ohm speakers in the doors, you're going to end up with less volume. So I'm actually going to go just screen one. Okay. So you're going to end up with less volume. So you don't want kicker for your doors or your rear deck. Kicker does make a dual voice coil sub that you can wire to 2 ohms. So that is what we found to be the best plug and play replacement for the factory sub on your Acura TL. There are a ton of other options. That one just actually fits, and it has a 2 ohm final impedance. And Kicker says you can use it in a free air environment. You'll find that a lot of 8-inch subs will say not rated for free air environments, not rated for free air use or infinite baffle use. When it comes to speakers, the reason why I love the JBLs is because they may not be at flat 2 ohms, but they're 2.7 ohms, so they're close enough to the factory, and they're a more efficient speaker that they will sound better on the factory amplifier than your factory speaker. I can't say that for Kicker. Kicker makes great speakers, don't get me wrong, but their actual speakers are 4 ohms, and if you change all 4 speakers to 4 ohms, you will lower the overall output of your amplifier when it comes to volume. And some amplifiers that are beginning to fail, when you swap the speakers and you put in that higher load, just take a shit right then and there. I've seen that happen. I've had customers call me, hey, I swapped my speakers and now my amp no longer works. And it's like, oh, what speakers did you choose? Oh, I did Pioneers all around. I did Alpines all around. And I can't say that's for sure exactly what happened, but usually that higher ohm load, I guess, just breaks some. An audio engineer who knows about actual electronics inside that amplifier would have to tell you what's going on. But I will tell you from personal experience, customer experience, if you do, like, let's say you have your factory system and then you do all Kicker speakers all around, you're super happy that you did all Kicker speakers, and then you turn the volume up, you're like, whoa, why does this sound like the factory speaker sounded louder? And that's why when you increase the impedance, when you go from 2 ohm speakers to 4 ohm speakers, you're cutting the power in half. Half the power equates to about 3 dB of volume, which probably doesn't mean anything to you. It doesn't mean it's going to be half as loud, or that you're going to lose a substantial amount where you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. But you will notice it. It will be noticeable. So I don't recommend Kicker speakers all around. The winning combination I recommend for you, if you want something plug and play, simple setup, JBL speakers, front doors, so tweeters and woofers, sorry, rear deck speakers, JBL, Kicker subwoofer, center speaker, don't bother upgrading because you're going to grab the plug and play amp, and that's going to be probably the best sounding setup you can get for cheap that you're going to install yourself. If you want to have a system installed, I don't know that. No, I would still recommend it. It just depends how much you're paying in labor. I think when you do our plug and play system, the JBL, Kicker sub, and the amp, it really shines when you do it yourself because all the money you save and the audio upgrade that you get. But when you get it installed, depending how much you're getting on labor, I don't know if it's the best bang for buck, because if they're going to ding you for installation, you might be able to just go with a bigger amp that gets you more power. So for example, like if someone's gonna, like, front doors are gonna cost you, let's say 150, 1 hour of labor, maybe an hour and a half, right? Rear deck speakers, rear subwoofer is gonna cost you some time, maybe 3 to 4 hours. And then the plug and play amp, let's say another hour. So let's say we'll go high end. So 2, 4, and an hour. So 7 hours. They'll bill it 8 just to be safe. 8 hours. Let's do 8 hours at 150. I don't know what that would be. I have to actually use a calculator. I'm kind of dumb. So paying $1,200 in labor, I don't think is worth it for that system. I think what I would swap out, I keep JBLs, I keep speakers, but I just do a bigger amp. So I go with like a 5-channel amp from Pioneer. Pioneer has like a 75 by 4 and then 300 by 1. Or there are a ton of other 5-channel amps out there. But I think if you're going to go get it installed, you might want to go with a bigger amp just because you're already paying for installation, and $100 more really won't. Like, you're gonna save the plug and play amp, so you're gonna have another $300 to add to your budget, and then you can buy. Well, that Pioneer amp went a lot up in price. Damn, that's a great debate because it's like the plug and play amp is a great value, and it's easy to install. But if you're gonna go with a traditional amp, um, you're adding to your install time, which doesn't really matter if it's you, but if you're paying for it, it does matter. So then if you go with a 5-channel amp, you need like a lower end, cheaper 5-channel amp. I'm trying to think how much cheaper. Like Stinger has a good 5-channel amp, but then you'd need a line out converter, or you have low level out of the radio. Yeah, we need to figure out how to match this up with a Stinger amp. I'm like talking in circles, man. So I'm gonna just answer your initial question. Kicker subwoofer, kicker center speaker, maybe they're 4 ohms, but JBL speakers in the doors. If you're like, I hate JBL, Infinity, and they're both owned by Harman, but Infinity are marketed as SQ speakers or sound quality speakers. JBL's marketed as like a loudspeaker, so it just wants to get the most volume. Infinity's going to focus on sound quality. If you don't like either brand, you can look at Audison. Audison has two true 2 ohm speakers. Focal does as well. Powerbase does also, but I would stay away from their 2 ohm speakers. They just don't sound that good. If you really don't care and you're just going to go kick roll around, just be prepared for that little bit loss of volume. As long as your factory amplifier is not damaged or failing in any way, it probably won't even you probably won't even notice it. Only on certain songs. And then you can go kicker and then just do an aftermarket amp and it won't matter because aftermarket amps are normally paired with 4 ohm speakers. All right, let me go back to live chat because I missed it. What's on your website? All direct plug and play that better than OEM. So I'm just gonna show you someone's order. Hold on, UPS is here. No, it's FedEx. All right, they can leave by the door. This is literally someone's order right now. Command Shift 4. I'm just gonna take a screenshot because I don't want to risk showing you any customer information. Okay. And then let me go me and computer and then screenshot finder. Okay. So look, this is literally someone's order right now that I need to ship. JBL front speakers, JBL rear speakers, the kicker sub, and the 5-channel amp that I was just telling you about. The reason why you don't care about losing the center channel is because your door speakers get so much louder you don't even notice that your center channel is gone. Also, your center channel is only 15 watts. It's a very low power speaker. The only way you're really hearing your center channel is if you're getting turn-by-turn instructions from the navigation, or if you're on a phone call, that's what it plays through. Other than that, you may feel it when you're listening to certain music at certain volume, but it doesn't serve much more purpose than that. It's a low power speaker. You'll see that sound quality systems don't ever use a center speaker. The reason why Acura included it is because they were going for a surround sound feel. That was the big thing, DVD audio and surround sound audio. And that's why it's there. And then they're like, we'll also use it for calls. Other cars have adopted it for the center channel. But any premium sound system that someone's designing usually does not ever include a center channel. Like if you look at sound quality setups, like sound quality competitions, you'll see that they'll have like mid ranges and tweeters all on the dash, but they'll be in the corners of the vehicle. They'll never have something in the center because it throws your soundstage off. But I understand people don't want to lose something they already have. That's a huge thing when upgrading, and it's always like a conversation that people want to have and need to. Why is that wet? Hold on. I have no idea. It's like soaking wet. What in the world? Okay, whatever. Sorry. But people always like struggle with is like I don't want to lose my center channel. Is there a way I can keep my center channel? What if I install an aftermarket radio and I use the aftermarket radio amplifier to feed my center channel and use your amp to feed everything else? It's gonna sound bad. That's what. It's gonna sound bad because they're gonna get louder at different volumes. So there's something called a volume table. Your radio is gonna have one. Your amplifier is gonna have one. Meaning at volume 1, what is the output? At volume 2, what is the output? At volume 3, what is the output? And maybe from volume 1 to volume 7, they're the same or relatively the same, so they sound the same. But then at volume 15, your amplifier gets way louder than the center channel. You don't even hear it anymore. Then at volume 30, your center channel is maxed down. It's sounding like garbage, and your factory your amplifier is sounding clear. And you're like, why does this sound terrible? And it's that center channel. So my advice to you, let it go. Let it go. It's not going to, no aftermarket radio is going to have a center channel out. Actually, I can't say that. There is a Enon radio that has a center channel out. They say it has surround sound. People have bought it. I have no idea how it works, if it works good or not. But any traditional aftermarket radio, Pioneer, Kenwood, Alpine, Sony, Boss, Jensen, Dual, Soundstream, Jensen, I think I said Jensen already. None of them have center channel out. It's just a thing with the OEMs. I don't know why they still continue to do it on some cars. They have the ELS system, but you got to think ELS surround 3D is what they call it. It's for surround sound in your car, which I really don't understand right now. I'm trying to think why you would want surround sound in your car. Like you're not watching movies and audio isn't surround. Like an artist in the booth isn't thinking, okay, I'm going to record this so it sounds really good in surround sound. Maybe the engineer might be. No, because they're listening through it through stereo speakers. Yeah, I don't know. But you don't need that center channel. You can let it go, my friend. It's 15 watts. Just let it go. Because even if you do a 6-channel amp, then that center channel is going to get too much power. And you're going to blow it up. So a configuration that works that we did for someone's car is you go 6-channel amp and you turn the center channel into a super tweeter and you turn your 8-inch woofer into a mid-range driver. And now your car's super loud, and then you run another amp for subs in the trunk. But it's like a super loud system. Most people don't really want that. So, but that is one way you could do it when you do 2 amps. Let me get rid of that screenshot because I will not. That's not what you need to see later on. Let me go to. Okay. All right. And then let me check the live in case I missed someone's question. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Spark. Yeah, that happens too. Once you change, it doesn't matter. But trying to convince someone that it doesn't matter before they change is almost impossible because they have to make the decision. That's one of those they got to make the decision on their own. But all right, guys, I am going to finish zip tying this, and then my daughter should be waking up soon. So then I'm going to take a break. Where's the best place to plug your plug and play amp on the chair? There's only one place. I recommend watching our playlist for the Acura TL because a lot of your questions are covered more thoroughly in that playlist than I can do on stream. But the amplifiers in the passenger kick panel, and there's only one place. Also, please don't try to take this as I'm trying to sell you. You don't have to buy anything from us. You don't have to buy anything from me. You don't have to use JBL. I'm just telling you what works best from what we've seen from our experience and what people have bought the most. You can go and do whatever the hell you want, buy whatever you want. You don't have to buy anything from us. The reason why I say that is because some guy tried to hit me with the, oh, I was trying to support you. I was trying to support your stream. And while I appreciate that, I don't want that to be the reason why you're buying something. I want the reason to be, oh, you know what? You have the best solution. You have the easiest method of installing. So that's why I chose it, not because I saw you and I want to support you. If you want to just support me, then just liking the stream, liking the videos, subscribing, commenting, that's more than enough. But if you actually think the solution is the best, then that's when I would buy it. All right, then we're going to add the actual tape, which I ran out yesterday, so I need a new roll. Yeah, man, I do this every day, and I don't like to open my mouth unless I actually know about something. And if I don't know about something, I will definitely tell you, but I will try to help you. Like you saw earlier with the Acura RL guy, I did some discovery, but not a ton. So I'd rather just show him where he can go find the information and he can discover more himself. Yesterday, someone asked me about sound deadening. I know a little bit about sound deadening, how to apply it, what it's for, how you should use it, but I don't know. He was like, which is the best one? I don't know. We went and looked it up and actually found out that sound deadening from Amazon Basics isn't that bad. But I do love this audio stuff. I do like to help people, and this is just where it comes together. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see this. I'm taping the harness so that all the wires are protected. So the tape does two things. It adds a layer of obscurity. Oh man, I don't even know if that's the right. Let me take that back. I don't even know if that's the right word. It makes it look nice. It makes it look like it's finished. It makes it look like, okay, look, that's a done product. Because when you just see wire, it doesn't always look like it's finished. So when we add the tape, you're like, oh, okay, no, it's done because no wires are exposed. That's thought number one. Thought number two is, oh, the tape will protect wires when you go to install. So sometimes you don't mean to, but as you're installing stuff, you might run a wire across something. You might scrape a wire across something. So if you scrape this against metal, this tape will protect the wiring so you won't pull any of the sleeving off and accidentally cause a short. So the tape does that. So now you see it doesn't look as crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, this harness still looks crazy because of what it is, but it doesn't look unfinished is what I should say. And that's where this comes down to, is the product is going to matter what it looks like, and presentation matters. People will, every once in a while you get that one person. So I'll tell you a story, literally what reiterates this home for me every single time. We sell the plug and play amp. The plug and play amp we've made upgrades to, but we haven't changed the pictures. So if you go look at the plug and play amp, hold on, let me find the right. So if we go here, right, and then I go shop, amplifiers, plug and play amplifiers, the plug and play amp. All right, so if we look at the amp and we look at the connections here, this still has RCAs. So I can't blame this guy. This still has RCAs. And then as we go through the pictures, it shows you the connectors, and then it's plugged in and has the RCAs. You can clearly see the RCAs right here. But the newest version of this amp doesn't use RCA anymore, because the RCAs over time will come loose, give you hissing or ringing. We've learned that from selling it so much. So it comes with a straight connector. But people see this, people don't install it. They go, oh, you sent me the wrong stuff, or stuff is missing. And sometimes that'll happen even when they don't have pictures to reference. So for this guy's use case, I understand, because he's like, hey, I bought this amp, and the pictures, it comes with this connector. In my box, the connector's not there. So he sent me a message and he said, hey, I think I'm missing a part. I sent him a message back. I said, hey, the pictures you're looking at are older. The amplifier doesn't come with that connection anymore. It comes with a better connection. You could see it. It's zip tied in there. You won't be missing anything when you go to install the amplifier. And then he said, okay. And then later on that same night, he replied saying, no, look, the RCA harness from this picture is missing. So then I replied again, hey, we no longer use RCAs because they used to cause audio issues. So you get the RCA harness that comes with the amp, but the RCA harness that would come out of the car we no longer use. We use a harness that has all speaker wire. You can see it has 2 black connectors. And it's all about presentation and what you get. Some people will lay everything out on the table and connect everything beforehand and then assume that something's not right and then tell you something's not right, but they haven't done the install yet. So they don't know for sure. They're just assuming. In this guy's case, I totally understand because the stuff that's in the picture isn't what he got in the box. And that's my fault for not upgrading this picture because it really should have looked like this. Where, hold on, the Honda Civic amp has the pictures where the little plug is like this. Oh wait, why can't you see that? Oh, that's why. So the little black plug goes like that, and then it looks like this where it doesn't have any RCAs. So that's my fault, but people, presentation matters. And the whole reason why I got into this whole presentation matters thing is because this harness needs to look finished when the person goes to install it, so they don't assume something's missing. Something will come up and be like, hey, there's no wires there. That's where the speaker wires normally are. There's no wires there. So people, that will confuse people. They'll be like, how do I do my audio? And that's what the RCAs are for. That's why I don't like leaving extra wires. The only wire that's left loose and extra right here is the reverse input signal, so they can add a backup camera. Everything else is tucked away. This is for the steering wheel control adapter. He did not order it. So this thing is set to go. His dash kit I already packed, so you can see his dash kit is right there. Just putting this in a little baggie so that it doesn't get damaged. And then we got to put more packing paper. Throw a card in there too. So for those of you who have watched the stream before, I usually have a nice baggie that shows like the branding and everything. Right now I have ran out. More are on the way. But in the meantime, I put in a little card. All the card says is, hey, looking for instructions or need help, they're on that page where you bought it. If not, our phone number and our hours are here. So just reach out to us. So now we're going to do the shake test, which is just making sure that nothing's rattling in there. All right. I'm very particular about tape. I like for all the tape to be completely flat. I'll show you how my wife applies tape. Nothing against her. I just don't like it for some reason. She just goes like this. So you see, yeah, you can't really even tell. I just can't do it like her. But like, I like to flatten the tape out. I don't know, man. It's just my flavor of tism. I just hate thinking that this box is gonna open before it gets to you. All right, so that's covered. This is good to go. And now guess what? We have another ILX harness to do. So this time, this ILX dash kit is not put together, so we got to put it together real quick. I'm gonna bring this camera up so you can see me. So for the ILX kits, we need to add the clips to the back of them. And hold on, let's see if I missed anything. Okay, no, I haven't. Yeah, see, this live stream's getting a lot more views because people are coming across of it when it's on the live tab. So that's pretty cool. And then I feel like it's easier to watch on your phone. I think the audio should be good. I'm not clipping too much. All right, let's get these clips. These clips These clips Honda uses on a lot of stuff. Acura, Honda, same thing. So that click is so satisfying though. Look, watch. Can you hear that? Can you... Watch. So satisfying. You know it's in there good. But yeah, this is so you don't have to transfer the clips from your factory dash gate. It's super annoying to transfer those clips to try to get them off. Then they go flying. And then you end up breaking them. So it just comes with the clips to make life easier to install. Make your life easier and your install easier is what I should have said. Okay. So now those clips are on there. I'm going to put it back in the bag. I got to go see what FedEx brought. So I'm going to go check that out after I put this. The reason I feel like when I go out and meet the FedEx guy, he gets annoyed. Like when I meet the UPS guy, he's like happy that I'm receiving the packages. He's like, okay, cool. Like he's getting them now. But the FedEx guy is like, yo, can you just like let me put it down first? Okay. Then a little sticker to hold the screws, just a little branding, you know, nothing crazy. A little clear sticker and then the screws so you don't miss it because you have to screw these brackets to this. So that's why. So now that that's done, we have to fill this guy's order. We gotta go find it first to make sure we got the right harness. It's got a weird last name. All right, this is for a base model with Pioneer radio base model. So let me grab that stuff. Give me 1 second. I'm actually gonna grab the FedEx stuff too, so 1 sec, guys. Oh, these are the screens. Let's go. We're waiting on these. So we got more 9-inch Android screens right here. Let's go. And then I need to get the stuff for the dash kit. Oh, let's push that back a little bit more. Okay. All right, base model IMX. Base model IMX. Go free. You good, bro? Pioneer. Parking bypass. Steering wheel control adapter. Where's the antenna? Okay, I got the antenna. I got everything. All right, sorry for that extended pause, YouTube. Had to go get these harnesses for this guy's order. Oh, I did not grab a relay. I'm gonna grab a relay. You hear that? Yeah, it's my dog slurping that water as loud as he possibly can. He was thirsty. But he's good. He drank some water. A dog can jump. We had like baby gates, and we left him home one day, and then came back, and he was like on the wrong side of the house. We're like, how did you get over here? We couldn't figure it out. And then finally one day we were playing with the baby, and he's like feeling left out, and he just jumps the fence right in front of us. We're like, oh, okay, that's how you've been doing it. So now he like knows he has to stay behind the fence, so he'll stay behind the fence sometimes. But if there's something he really wants, he'll just jump right over. So like right now, he was on the other side of the fence. I don't know why my wife blocked it off, but whatever. She blocked it off so they couldn't get in here. And then I went in the stock room. He must have heard me. He woke up and just jumped over the fence, came, drank water, and then went back over the fence. My other dog though can't do it, so he just stays there looking stupid. Like, is someone gonna open this? Alright, so for Pioneer. Yep, okay. Alright, so this time we're not gonna take any wires out of it. It says they have to place the package and take a picture. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Because last time I went to grab from him, he's, oh, I just gotta put it down. So I think they just get annoyed when you try to grab them from them. Which I understand. It's like, bro, let me do my job, bro. But I guess UPS is more lenient because they're like, oh, like the customer grabbed it from me. Okay. Oh, that's broken. All right, YouTube, I am giving you a heads up. My daughter went down for a nap maybe an hour ago, so she will wake up soon. When she wakes up, I will get off stream. I'm trying to walk more. So you clearly saw me get up. You can see I'm a big dude. So trying to just walk more. So I walked with her this morning. I walked with her last night. I'm gonna go walk with her right now during lunch. And then I'll be back. Maybe I might live stream. I might make today a long live stream day just because I don't have a crazy amount of orders, and the orders I do have are all like sit here and do in front of you. I don't have a bunch of box stuff. It's like a bunch of long multi-step harnesses like this. So I'll be back, but I am gonna go take a break. I'll probably be gone for an hour or so. But I don't know exactly when that's gonna happen. Just I know it's gonna happen. Usually she wakes up around now. Okay. But I will be back. All right, so that's ready. We're just getting all our wires ready here because this is like all right, pretend I'm making a pizza. Obviously I'm not, but pretend I'm making a pizza. All my ingredients can be used in multiple ways, but you still need to mince the garlic or like cut the tomatoes, prep the I was gonna say cucumber, the potatoes, whatever it is. You need to prep it all. So that's what I have to do first before I start making the stuff. I need to prep all my vegetables and stuff, and that's because these can be used in multiple ways. So like this harness has two gray wires, may look like, but one's actually gray black and one's gray, and gray black we're not using in this case, so that has to come out. Normally we take wires out of here. In this case we're not going to do that. This was made wrong in the factory, so I have to move where the brown wire is. So just prep work, adding zip ties to stuff. I would say this is what takes the longest. Connecting the wires is easy. It's just prepping the stuff that takes long. Because you need to know which wires are going to be removed, where to connect what, like how to prepare the dish. You feel me? You got to know. Especially with the relay. The relay is like, what's like really hard to make. I don't really cook that often like that. Like I cook simple stuff like grill the meat, make some rice, you know? I'm not freaking making a slow roast over 12 hours or 24-hour roast or whatever the hell you call them. I would say this is like your 24-hour roast, knowing how to hook this up. Oh, let me show you. Hold on. I want to show you something, Spark. Okay. All right. So last night, right, I wasn't doing these orders like I was supposed to because I was messing with this. So this is the XM tuner. So Sirius XM, right? I'm sure you guys know Sirius XM. That's what the tuner looks like. So this is the box for the tuner right here. Hey, let's go. 5-star review. And this guy's package got lost. And he still left a 5-star review. Shout out to you, my guy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anthony. All right, so this is the case. This is the actual board right here. And then this is, bam, exposing the magic. Hopefully this doesn't get me sued or anything because this had to have been here for a reason. But yesterday, this has the pinout for the XM. So I was messing with this because my goal is to take this connector right here, 10-pin mini DIN or some shit like that it's called, matched it up with this one, figured out which pins are what, and tried to connect this to the back of the radio. And to basically, the XM tuner sends audio and information into their aftermarket radio. I want to do the same. I thought I could just send audio, but it has UART communication, which is digital communication. So we need to spend some time digging into that. I already found people who have done it, like examples of what they've done. I just haven't been able to try it myself, but took that apart. Also, all right, so there's going to be two ways to do this. If you want to follow this without making your life complicated, this has audio R and audio L right here on the board, right here. So you could just unsolder those and connect your audio source, and boom, you could send audio through the XM port. But you will need the tuner. I was trying to find a way to do it where you wouldn't need the tuner. I'm still going to look into that, but for my video, I might do it that way. Who knows? We'll see. But this is what I was messing with last night. Oh, here's the pinout for the XM if someone ever needs it. So pin 1 is ground. I don't know if this is audio ground or just regular ground. Pin 2 is 12 volts. Pin 3 is power EN. When you look that up, this is a power rail signal, meaning like to turn something on. I don't know if this is supposed to be 3 volts or 5 volts or what. I didn't measure it. This is audio R. This is audio ground. These are common though. They share the same ground path. Then tuner RX. This is unpinned. This is audio left. And then this is tuner TX. So these are my UART lines. And then this is unpinned. And then on the connector that I bought off Amazon, pin 1 was orange, pin 2 was green, pin 3 was white, blah, blah. I had to like spend 30 minutes figuring this out last night. And then some more time testing. But yeah, that's going to be super important for the next video. Oh, thanks, man. I didn't get a notification of that. I hate when, so this has happened to me in the past. I don't know why it happens, but Google will not publish a review. It'll think it is false. I had a customer who left a review and he was like, I'm like, you sure you left it? He was like, yeah. I never got it. And then he was like, no, I left it. Look. And then if you look on his phone, it shows that he left our business our review. But if I look at my profile, it never shows up. So I don't know why Google, like they decide which one is true or not. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you for at least trying. But I don't remember getting a notification. But yeah, Anthony ordered from us. I shipped his order, I wouldn't say late, but definitely not within the time frame that I would want. So like your thing will say between 4 to 7 business days. And he was like really on the 7th day that he got it, which I hate to be there, but whatever, is within the time period. But he never got it. So his order shipped, and then UPS claimed they never picked it up. We want to have video. You guys see, if you watch the stream, you've seen my camera system, and through here I give the guy the packages, so I can see the day I gave him the package. Somehow lost. Doesn't even show that they ever got it because they never scanned them when they picked them up. That's like a hard thing to get the UPS guy to do, or for them to do for some reason. Like they'll never scan them when they pick them up. They just take them and then they'll scam them. Someone else scans them in when they process their truck at the end of the day. So whatever, somehow that package got lost. He didn't get it. He reached out to me. I told him, okay, I'll take care of it. I got him a second package. I can't even file a claim because UPS claims they never got the package. So I just lost that. But sent him his second thing, and he was very patient. He was like, I understand. And thank God he had no issues with his install. That would have been double whammy, bro. Imagine your shit gets lost, but it says UPS never even got it. So it looks like I'm trying to scam you because it looks like I never sent it. Luckily, we had done business in the past, so he had some trust based off that. But yeah, that would be like kind of scamish to me. I'm like, this guy told me he shipped it, but UPS says they never got it. But yeah, it's because UPS will pick it up, but not scan it in. And if you tell them that they could scan it now, they would like give you an attitude about it because they're supposed to. I pay for a pickup. They're supposed to scan at pickup, but it just slows them down. Or I don't know if it changes something in their routine. Like if you give the UPS man a next day air, it fucks their whole day up. They hate that because next day airs when they're out on the road, they need to drop them off at a certain location. So they'll designate a location. So I'll give you an example, right? If I give my UPS man a next day air, he then has to take that next day air to the CVS that's probably like 10 miles, no, 10 miles too far, like 5 miles away from my house. He has to take it there and drop it off before 5 o'clock because another UPS man is going to pick that up from there and he's going straight to the depot. They have to be back before, I don't even know if it's before 7 or before 5. So ground, they have to be back before 9 for your package to go out. But I think next day air is before 5, they have to be back. So when he's like, you got any next day airs? You got any next day airs? That'll be like his first question. Like they hate when you have next day airs. My old UPS man used to tell me like, yo, if you have a next day air, just go drop it off because I probably won't be able to, and then it's gonna get delayed. So at least he was honest about it. But yeah, they don't like dealing with that. Second day air is fine though, because they'll take it ground and then it'll get sped up on the second move. Or I don't know all the intricate details about it, but I just know next day air, they hate taking. Oh, sorry, I'm not working on here. So right now I'm just getting these ready to twist. Yeah, those reviews are on Trustpilot, which is kind of annoying. I wish I would have never done it on Trustpilot. I wish I would have done it on Google. But the reason why I wanted it on Trustpilot is because I'll show you in a second. So I don't even have it active anymore because I wanted to cancel Trustpilot. But if you look up Acura TL wire harness. So now it kind of does it. I'm actually not even sure where those reviews are coming from. But look, let me go main computer, right? So you see I look up Acura TL wire harness and you see our website comes up and it says this has 7 stars. But it only has 3 customer reviews. So where is it getting those reviews from? Like where did it get the 7 stars from? So that's coming from Trustpilot. Google will pick up Trustpilot reviews for products because they're a legitimate source and display them here in your advertisements. I thought I unlinked that. I'm not sure why it's still showing up that way. But that's really why I signed up for Trustpilot was because this is so annoying. Can I get rid of this? What did it say I needed to turn off? God damn it, I don't even remember what it said I needed to turn off. Go to Google Ads account info from the appearance search, personal results. This is the personal results page and turn the setting off. Personal results page and turn the setting off. Where did my personal results page even go? I can't see. Okay. I don't know where the hell that would be, Google. Source preferences. Okay. I'm not gonna waste my time. I just wished I wouldn't pop up because it's very annoying. But yeah, they're still coming up. All right, let's go Acura TL Amplifier. Yeah, see 32 5-star reviews. So that looks good. That's coming from Trustpilot. Um, this is coming from our website. So I don't get why Google picks them up different. No, that might be Trustpilot as well. Sorry, I'm sorry. But I wanted to look at a custom trophy for, this is an example for soccer. See, I'm just going to go custom trophy because then you'll get more results. But like these right here, these reviews are all from review aggregators. And I found Trustpilot to be the best one at the time. But I've had some issues with Trustpilot. I'm not going to badmouth them or anything, but I've had some issues with Trustpilot. But that's the reason why I chose to put those reviews on Trustpilot and not straight to Google, because Google doesn't. It does now, but when I first set it up, it wasn't collecting reviews on their own platform for products, only overall reviews. So like if we go to our website and look at the reviews, there's like Google specific store reviews and then there's like business reviews. It's like a different place. But basically all of my reviews, there's like 700 5-star reviews, but they're all hidden where you won't really see them, which is kind of annoying. I wish they were on our Google page, but hey, that's just how it worked out. I am working on fixing that though. I started moving away from Trustpilot step one and then integrating Google directly. Your show's review removed. That's annoying. All right, so if you could leave a review here, uh, let me go. So if you, I'm just gonna put the link in the chat, but actually only leave a review if you actually have dealt with us. I don't want, I don't want to call them fake reviews, but like pity reviews. Okay, here we go. How do I put it in the chat? So if you could leave a review here, that would be a big deal for me. And then someone said, oh, and then I'll give you the Trustpilot. I don't know why Trustpilot removed it. What the hell? That's annoying. But look, here's the Trustpilot link. And there's a ton of reviews on here. How many 5-star reviews do we have on Trustpilot? It doesn't tell me. That's whack. 94%. What's 94% of 715? What is 94% of 715? So 672 5-star reviews. You can't argue against that, man. So anytime I doubt myself or customers arguing with me, I'm like, nah, man, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I may have, I may not believe in myself all the time, but then when I don't believe in myself, I go and look in those reviews and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm doing something right because people wouldn't leave all this stuff if it was, I wasn't. Best way to add subs on my 2012 special edition TSX. All right, so sorry, I was talking about this earlier. Special edition means nothing to your audio system. I know to you, like you love saying that. A lot of people, if you have a special edition, people will tell you. They won't say they have a TSX. They'll say I have a special edition. No hate on you, man. I think it's just funny. It's like people with Type S's, they'll tell you it's a Type S. But your special edition means nothing for your audio system. Do you have navigation is what's going to change your audio system. Either way, though, the answer is the same thing. It's the T harness that we sell that goes off the rear speakers, and the subwoofer is going to make it the easiest to add just subs. And I'll show you the link in 1 second. Let me just finish sliding these in. All right. So, oh, hold on, I went to the wrong place. So yeah, look, here's a bunch of hold on, I'm not even gonna not gonna go there. I need to be more humble. We always can do stuff better. Our website can get better. Um, just gotta keep hustling. But what you need is this harness right here, sir. Um, the Honda Acura Sedan Universal Subwoofer Amplifier T Harness. God damn, I need to come up with better names. Bro. That's a mouthful. But it's honestly what it does. So it's for your Honda or your Acura for a sedan, because people will think they can use it in their MDX, which is SUV. So sedan. And it's a universal subwoofer. So you can use any subwoofer amp, and it's a T harness. So LOC stands for line out converter. That's at the end. But this is what you want, because this will plug into the rear speakers and then give you a line converter out. So if you watch this video, it's really going to explain it. But really what I want to show you is this last piece here in the car.
Our RCA is hooked up, our bass knob hooked up, and then here is our speaker wire that we're going to run to our sub.
Hold
we're
on.
going to put that a little to the side. I'm just going to clean.
Okay, here we go.
This side plugs into here. So that's our speaker line. This plugs into here. Come on. There we go. So that's plugged in. Then this would plug into our speaker. We don't have factory speaker here. We have the Honda harness. So we're just going to plug our aftermarket speaker. So now both speakers are plugged in. You don't have to do any wire tapping, any wire cutting. And they come to this 4-pin Molex connector. So what that would look like for you is...
So this product will allow you to grab the signal from the rear speakers or a rear speaker and a subwoofer, and then give you a line out converter that you can send to a traditional amp. Or if you use the kicker key like in the video, you can plug it in straight into the kicker key or a JBL Bass Pro and get your sub to work that way. So it's very easy to use and will allow you to install subs in your tech package or your bass system. And if you have a special edition, obviously it will work for that as well. But that's what you want to use, or what will make it the easiest. You don't have to use that. You can just tap the rear speakers yourself. But this just eliminates the need for the wire tap. That's going to be on your ground. So your power is where usually the noise comes from. I haven't heard that complaint from anyone. So you said, will the line output converter cause noise with acceleration? So what that's referred to is engine feedback in like the audio world. Engine feedback usually comes from bad ground or dirty power. I'm sure the device can generate it itself, but I have not heard that from anyone say that about the line out converter. But yeah, possibly, maybe it could. I don't want to say it definitely can't. I just haven't heard someone say that. And the installs we've done with that, we haven't experienced that. Engine feedback usually will, like, you'll hear it. So you're amplifying the signal that's coming through the speaker. So if there's engine feedback in that speaker now, your subwoofer, your rear speakers, then it probably will have it. So make sure there's no engine feedback on that current signal. If there isn't, getting power wire from your battery shouldn't bring any engine feedback either. So you should be good, man. I don't think you'll have that problem as long as you don't have it now. Awesome. Thank you, Spark. Oh, so I actually was going to make tweeter harnesses on stream. All right, let's bang one out real quick before we end the stream, because they're on back order right now, so I have to manually make them by hand. I just remembered. All right, so actually my daughter just woke up, so I won't be able to finish this now. We'll do it later, but I'll give you a sneak preview. So this is the wire I'm going to use. To say how thick it is, 22 gauge wire. The reason why I have to use this wire is because the connector can only handle, this is the max wire, can handle 22 gauge. So if you're like, why is he using such flimsy wire? That's why. This is the OEM, not the OEM, but the opposite side to the OEM connector. And then people always ask, the cap is a 15 UF 100 volt. I forget what it's called, but basically it's a straight line and not a U. I don't remember what that's called though. But at 4 ohms, this should give you a crossover around 3,000 hertz, 3,500. So I'll make one on stream later. Right now, like I said earlier, My daughter's going to wake up at some time right around now, so I'm going to go take her for a walk, take myself for a walk, hopefully get some of this weight off, and then I will be back. But Isaac, the tweeter harnesses I have to make. I owe some people tweeter harnesses. If you order them, they will ship. Just give it like a day or two, because you'll see it's real slow to make them. I would say 2 takes me about 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Um, so yeah, just it is what it is. But all right, YouTube, this was my first vertical live stream. I think it went pretty good. I'm gonna watch it back and see how it goes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys later today. So come back here in an hour. I'll be back and we'll go through that harness. Who the hell's making noise like that? That was weird. All right, YouTube. I'll catch you guys in a little bit.